Hello and welcome. You are at the presentation for Banking on Infomercials, a multi-channel profit opportunity. We're about to start, and I don't know if they closed the doors at the back or not, but we'll be prepared in a second. I just want to get a couple of housekeeping things out of the way. First of all, Affiliate Summit really appreciates your feedback. So you received a handout as you walked in. Please do give your feedback after the presentation. It'll help both the presenters and Affiliate Summit. And there's a drawing every day for 6 forms that are filled out to randomly receive a gold pass for the next show. So they're giving you something in return. It's a worthwhile thing to do. And the way we're going to do our presentation today is we're going to, each speaker will speak about 10 minutes, and we're going to have a Q&A at the end. You can tweet your questions, and we'll get to that in a second, as we go along. And I'm sure that every one of you has spent a good bit of money to get here, and we're going to try to do our best to give you a couple of takeaways that'll be profitable, literally instantly if possible. And in the next 60 minutes, you'll be meeting a few interesting people, a panel of experts that we've assembled for this show that are hot in a very hot As Seen on TV products category. By way of introduction, my first panelist is Andy Latimer. Andy, want to raise your hand and say hello? Okay. He's the president of Bluewater Media, an infomercial product and full-service marketing company. Andy's been with the infomercial business for over 10 years. Andy has a wealth of knowledge in all facets of infomercials, from product selection to video production, directing, launching infomercials. We expect to hear some hot tips on how to make some money in this category from Andy. My next panelist is Clarke. He's the president of As Seen on PC Network and Catalog Solutions. Now, some of you may know him. As the name suggests, As Seen on PC is an advertising network of affiliates specializing in internet sales programs for merchants with infomercial products, and delivers these as opportunities to the industry. Affiliates looking for the best infomercial products, big payouts, top-performing landing pages, and all-around great experience may know Curtis for his no-nonsense style of operation. The third panelist is Russ Sarnoff. He's the president of Integrated Marketing, a 10-year-old consulting firm specializing in helping companies deliver results in the direct response business. Before that, Russ was in TV production and broadcasting, producing over 60 series TV specials, including The Roseanne Show the last 2 years. What most people don't know about Russ, it's kind of a secret, he's the grandson of the founder of NBC. Russ Sarnoff's grandfather, David, invented the modern radio. And like me, Russ is only 29 years old. I'd like to welcome the gentlemen to the panel. Today, each of us will deliver our different parts of presentations. And let's go to the next slide, see how this works. If you guys have any questions, guys and gals have any questions during the presentation, you can text them. And I don't know if you need to write that down, but you're welcome to do so as we're going along. But we're going to hold back to answer questions till the end of the presentation. Okay, so let's begin. What do these old industries have in common? They are all major players who failed to see the change that was coming and the handwriting on the wall, and they didn't take any action. They continued along as if doing the same old thing over and over would keep their businesses growing. They completely missed what happened. When or if they got it, the snowball was rolling downhill, and it was too big. It crushed them. And here's how it happened. I can't give it one single name. I think some people might call it the I revolution. But I've looked into it, and I want to give you some facts. 3 weeks ago, the Wall Street Journal reported that for the first time, advertisers spent more on internet ads than on print ads. That's right. U.S. spending for online ads in 2010 hit $25.8 billion. surpassing the $22.8 billion spent on print ads in newspapers. Do you get it? Didn't happen overnight. It was a long time in coming, and these guys all missed it, as big and as bright as they were. Today, another revolution is underway. It's all around you. It's an outgrowth of the iRevolution. Do you guys know what it is? Well, I'm going to give you a hint. Here are 3 predecessors to the revolution. As a direct response marketer for over 26 years, I've seen 3 gigantic and mind-boggling shifts in business that perhaps have made possible the next major shift. The first was the launch of DRTV and infomercials in 1984, my friend Billy Mays. Second, the internet was launched in 1994. And third, and this is all about you, in 1998, affiliate sales on the internet were invented. How many people in this room, raise your hands, got into affiliate sales in 1998? There are 3, 4. How about in 2000, by 2004? Let's pick 2004. Still a small number. 2006. How about 2008? Okay, and everybody's involved in 2010. So, show of hands, who could use a couple of extra $1,000 a month in revenue? Unanimous, great. So, if you participate in affiliate marketing in the AsSeenOnTV business, I can guarantee you the opportunity to generate a few $1,000s extra a month in sales. When I looked at these 3 trends and I deconstructed them, the lesson I learned was if you're lucky enough to catch the trend, embrace its ramifications, and take actions, you could be hugely successful. So, what is the new revolution? If you haven't guessed it, it's the video revolution. Now, as I look at my panelists and I look at Andy, if I said to him, how about the video revolution? He'd say, what revolution are you talking about? I'm in the infomercial business for 10 years. This is my business every day. I am one of the people who spends part of the $21.8 billion of TV advertising spent on infomercial products. Okay? It's my business. It's not a revolution. If you talk with Curtis, and you're in the affiliate networking business, he saw the video trend. He embraced it. He took action. And I can remember 10 years ago, he started to develop the network for affiliate sales. And he works with the infomercial merchants. And I would say it's a marvel. It's a brand new business, and there's a variety of people in it now. And it's an opportunity for everyone. If you're an affiliate and you focused on video early on, you're one of the early adopters of infomercial products. I know from talking to some of the network managers that there are affiliates who take home 5- and 6-figure checks every month because they took the video technology marketing opportunity and jumped on it. The affiliate business is doing over $25 billion in infomercial product sales today. It's one of the largest components of the affiliate pie. Are you getting your share? That's the question. And the next phase of it will be the mobile video revolution. And that's my first takeaway for you all. It's a way you can put money in your pocket. There are multiple devices around you that are capable of receiving video signals. The iTouch, the iPad, the iPod, the iPhone, the i, Android phones, and who knows what's coming in 2011. In the 10 minutes since I've been speaking, there are more videos uploaded on YouTube than you can watch in the next 10 days. That's how much video is becoming a part of the internet. You've got to be on the bandwagon. These statistics tell me we're just experiencing the tip of the iceberg when it comes to video, and this is a real opportunity for you to grow. There hasn't been one like this since 1998. And it's a social media shift as well. Where are your customers every day? They're online and they're on their phones. Everyone has a website, but without video, you're really not competitive. And to be a real authority, to be respected and trusted, you have to be doing social media. So how does it play out on the internet? Where's video positioning itself? What are the search engines doing? I just threw up a couple of web search pages from Google, and you see all those 5 little thumbnails, 3 on one and 2 on the other? That's video. How many of the affiliates that are selling AsSeenOnTV products are using video? Good question. The video revolution is real. And let's bring up the fellow who's representing the infomercial business, the merchant side of the business, and let him talk about how you guys can make a couple of $1,000s a month by embracing it. Andy Latimer.
I think he hit on the key point he hit on was $21.8 billion in advertising spend. $21.8 billion. If you have that much money behind products that are going out there and you have the chance to tie in with them, and there's that much media money being spent, you think you can leverage it? You think that brand recognition might come over into the affiliate side and you might be able to make some sales? It's at the core of it. Before you can go forward, though, you got to understand where it came from, because there's a lot of similarities in affiliate and what happened in DRTV. Direct response television, or the infomercial, if you will, it really started, when it started, it was because there was remnant space available in television, meaning there was very cheap advertising rates. You could go out and you could buy a spot for dirt cheap, you could produce a spot for dirt cheap, and you could sell product instantly. You could immediately capture dollars within a day, capture those funds, and make a killing. When it started, people were doing 10 to 1, 10 to 1, 8 to 1 media efficiency ratios, which is as much media as you spend is as many dollars as you're getting back. In essence, for every dollar of media we're spending, if we're getting $2 back, we got a 2 to 1. We're getting 10 to 1s. That kind of dynamic interest created an industry because so many people started to make millions and millions and millions of dollars off of it. But the fact is, as it started to grow, it didn't have the credibility that traditional advertising wanted. So a lot of the traditional advertisers stayed away from it. I'm going to make a statement that that was a good thing. And it's probably a good thing for you guys right now. Because in the infomercial world, once it started to get more accepted, the advertising rates went up, the ability to do a 10 to 1 was gone. So new strategies had to be developed. And the way that happened was through a combination of several things. One, technology changed. We went from a few channels being able to reach out there to hundreds of channels. And ultimately, the advent of the DVR and video on demand ultimately destroyed the traditional television advertising model. So the brand models that all the Fortune 500 companies were working on, it was gone. So they all started to look and say, how do I still get my brand out there? How do I still get people to see my product? And how do I do it in a way that I'm going to be able to afford to do it and not blow my advertising dollars? Well, along came Billy Mays with a little product called OxyClean. And OxyClean was a secondary product attached to another brand that was going out. And that product, through HSN and through direct response, took over the cleaning aisle. How many people in here have walked down their cleaning aisle and seen something with Oxy on it? The sole reason is direct response marketing. The sole reason is Billy Mays and the fact that he drove that product so far out there that traditional advertisers and traditional companies had to respond. They had no choice. When you go from being this big of a marketer to the biggest marketing machine in the country in a product sector, the big guys got to look. And ultimately, I think it sold for $380 million, the OxyClean brand. Now you see OxyClean with Arm & Hammer on it, and the two of them connected. What happens at that point, and what happened for the direct response space, and you'll see it happen in the future of affiliate marketing, ultimately all the big guys started to come in. Now you'll see Oil of Olay with infomercials. You'll see Apple with infomercials. You'll see every major brand out there with infomercials, which ultimately drive the advertising cost of the remnant space up, and made the availability for entrepreneurs to get out there with their products, get to market through a television base, harder and harder and harder. So the industry changed between the video on demand and DVR and this new trend of the big guys coming in. We ultimately had to evolve. And what it has evolved to is creating brands with a multi-platform strategy, meaning you go out, you take the product, we put it into retail, we consider what our web strategy is, we consider what our affiliate strategy is, we consider every single place you can make money on the product before you run your media. Before you've even launched it, before you've even tested it, you have to be asking, where's the international, where's the retail, where's the affiliate, where's the web? Where are we going with every channel we can get the product into, because you can't make it on TV alone anymore.
Andy, may I ask, are you saying that as opposed to 21 billion, which is infomercial advertising now, and the total pie for TV is 120 billion, that we're shifting towards that direction for video marketing?
Absolutely, 100%. How many people have seen the, what's the show, the fashion show there? Project Runway. How many brand spots are in Project Runway? How many times are you in somebody's closet, somebody's .com, the Revlon or whoever, makeup closet, the accessory closet from somebody? All of that is what is basically evolved out of the direct response community. It's gone from direct response to brand entertainment. And that marriage of the two is what the transition for us in the DR side has started to occur. So for instance, how many people have seen Shark Tank? Again, pure branded DR. Pitchman, same thing. All DR driven, all product driven. And there's product after product after product that are being marketed through this branded DR or this brand or brand integration strategies. So yeah, in essence, you're right. What's going to happen is the pie's going to grow bigger. I mean, I think DirecTV has 25 channels that are all DR all day. There's a reason for that. They're not on the air because they're not selling something. Let me give you a specific example of the way it's changed. Anybody here seen the Shark steamer, Shark mops, any of those Shark products? What do you think the media efficiency ratio is on the Shark steamer products? If it's running as much as it is it a 1-to-1? Is it a 2-to-1? How about a 0.24?
You mean it's not profitable?
They don't care. What they care about is that they're in retail and that they're building a brand and they're building brand recognition. Why can Oil of Olay come on and run a 0.4? Because they don't care. What they're doing, in essence, because of then the ultimate change, which happened with the economy changing, as the economy started to go down, advertisers had to look for better ways to spend their dollars. And when you sit in a boardroom and you look at the guys and you say, I can show you a way that I'll get you 40% of your advertising budget back today. We will put it on the air and tomorrow you'll have your money back in and be able to spend it again. It's impossible for the company not to say yes. That's good and bad. The good side is the Wild West is over. We're not gunslingers anymore. We can't go out there, throw a product up, and make $100 million in a day. It still happens, just not as often. So direct response marketers, and specifically on the television and infomercial side, need the affiliate side. And it's because it's just part of it. It's integrated as part of every strategy that goes out there. Our shows that we put on now, it used to be 20, 30% of our purchases were happening on the web. Now it's 50, 60%.
Are you telling me of the $125 billion of sales of infomercial products, about 30% is coming from affiliates?
It could be as much as that, yes. What I am saying is literally what's happening is if we put a show up tomorrow, I can bet that 50% of my sales are going to come off the internet. And they're not coming off the internet necessarily at the site I'm pushing them to. If I push them to buybestline.com, they're not necessarily going to go to buybestline.com because they're buying in drag, meaning they're going out and they're not buying it the way they used to buy it, where I air my show today and at the end of the day I have my results on my sales. Yeah, I have my immediate results, those immediate purchasers, those guys that get on and do the impulse buy. But more times than not, I've got 10, 11, 12, 14 days of drag coming off that show, meaning every day somebody's going out, logging on, and purchasing it. And they're not logging on necessarily to my site. They're out there looking for the product. And wherever they find it is where they find it. As long as it gets back to us, we're happy, we're making money, which is what everybody's in this business to do. So it's, the other strategy that I think has changed for us so much is that now everything we do, we're considering what kind of tools can we start to provide to help market it on the web? What kind of tools can we create to offer to our affiliate partners that we can offer to the folks out there? And video is the key. When we produce a show, we shoot some extra stuff, some stuff that you aren't going to see online. One show we have right now, Best Line, we took a car, we drove it across Alligator Alley, we cut the radiator hose on it, we drove it across this road, got to the other side of it, drained all the oil out of it, drove it back 50 miles, got back 50 miles, and the car's still running. Shouldn't be running. No reason it should. So we say, we're going to drive it till the thing blows up, and we're only going to tease that on the web. We got a 10% boost in our sales just by pushing them to the web. And for us, when it sells on the web, it's cheaper. The call center costs a hell of a lot more than a web transaction. So I guess the long and short of it is that the industry over time has changed. You're going to see the same mirroring. You're going to see the same kind of changes come into your industry as it gets more and more mainstream and more major products start to come into it and market through it. Then a couple things are going to happen. One, it's going to get a little harder to do because you're going to get big dollars moving in, which is good if you're positioned well and you're ready for that and you respond to that. Hey, I'm not complaining when a Fortune 500 comes and gives us 10 times the budget to produce the show than we were getting 10 years ago. Yeah, I'm not complaining. Love that. But you just have to realize that it changes the way the business models operate. And I think if you're out there thinking ahead, you're going to be able to respond to it. The biggest piece I want you to walk away with, though, is when we go out and we're spending $300, $400, $800, $1 million a week on advertising on a show, that brand recognition is going to help you. That brand awareness is going to help you in your sales. So if you hook on to an infomercial product that's got a good media campaign behind it, you can make a ton of money. Because we're doing the work. We're paying the brand awareness for you. You just got to help drive those people that are now being lost because they don't want to pick up the phone. Because in essence, the buying trends have changed the way people purchase. They'll comfortably purchase on the internet. You guys got to help them get to us.
So Andy, you're saying you're looking forward to affiliates participating in greater numbers in the AsSeenOnTV sales business.
Yeah, some of the old school guys would say that it's a cannibalization of the TV ad money. My approach is a little different. That may be true, but it's going to happen anyway. So we might as well embrace it and leverage it and increase our sales. If the models change, the percentage you get paid on a piece is different because we're running X amount of media, those models will work themselves out. Those will develop. But you guys have to engage, or the machine that feeds it, which is this $21 billion budget, is going to dissipate because they're going to stop working. And the guys that are going out there, where the real huge opportunity is, not only with the big guys and the big campaigns, but with the entrepreneurial campaigns. The guys that got good products out there that need the help to build it. So much money can be made that way. I mean, I could run a list of 50 products. Hell, I could run a list of probably 300 products right now. The guys have become multimillionaires by this process.
And that's the perfect segue to Curtis to give his presentation. Thank you very much, Andy.
Thank you for having me. I'm here to tell you the ways to find the next TV winner. We work here, actually, how many of you are... Oh.
Sorry.
Alrighty. Sounds better. How many of you are currently running any As Seen on TV offers? Alrighty, just a few. How many of you actually have purchased any As Seen on TV products? Was it online or was it actually through the phone? Online, raise your hands. And picked up the phone?
Nobody picked up the phone.
Wow.
As Andy was mentioning before, 50% of the orders now through an AsSeenOnTV products are coming through the web. And they're looking for basically pay-per-performance model on a 30% of that as well. So they're trying to capitalize the front page of the search engines, Google, Yahoo, MSN, to really maximize their presence, to keep out their competitors, to really show the broad range of product review sites they have, referral sites, testimonials. So they're coming to us as affiliate marketers to really bring really a sense of credibility to the product. And consumers now are looking into that more and more with the web as an alternative to picking up the phone and actually placing the order. On the products that you have purchased, here are some of the top 10 or top few short form products for 2010 and the long form. And I'm not sure if you're too familiar with this, but the short form are the 30 seconds, 60 seconds, 2-minute spots that are out there. The long form are those infomercials type products, 15 minutes, 30 minutes. You see a little fewer of those, but the infomercial type products, the short form, are really what you see in the masses. You'll see them spot placement after actually some targeted TV shows. You'll see them more and more on these branded shows like how to, DIY, do-it-yourself type shows, solutions type products shows. Any of you out there get a Snuggies for Christmas or last year? There you go. It was the #1 selling product in 2009 and 2010. Millions were sold not only on TV, but probably 30% of their sales were sold actually through their web sales. How do you find these products? What do? You see something on Sunday morning, you're laying in bed, you're watching TV, or you can't sleep at night, you turn the TV on. What are some of the avenues you go to find them? First thing you do is really try to find a search engine, try to find an affiliate platform for that product. So if you're looking for the Snuggies, or if you're looking for the next Sham Wow, or the Shake Weight, you go to Google, Yahoo, any type of search engine, and you try to find the product itself. Within there, a good affiliate network will have resources available. They'll have banners, email creatives, text links, blog information. Other ways to find new products is directories, and these directories are very good. They actually break down the networks on their payouts, their commissions, their terms of agreements, their source of marketing traffic that you accept. And the next one is forums. I don't know if you're familiar with forums, but web forums are very, very helpful as well. It's information passed back and forth from affiliates, affiliate networks, marketers telling them the benefits of why they should pick up that offer and where it's available. Choosing a network is a big decision here. You want to try to find a network that actually has some good background, some credibility behind them, some history, payout structure. You also can do searches on networks to see if they're reliable or in good credit standing type of things. You also want to find a network that gives daily emails, newsletters, blogs, or introducing new products that are coming out. Hey, we have a new health and beauty offer. Or next week, we're getting a new product from Andy that's going to be an automotive product. So if you have an automotive blog, or if you're doing a product review, something like that, you really can get a one-up on it. Next thing is, you really want to find a network that works closely with the TV marketer. The TV marketer might say, okay, we're forecasting this for the first 3 months of the year. And they'll tell us that in November. So we get our affiliates and our partners available and telling them what is the plans for the product. Hey, they're going to do $250,000 a week on TV media. They're going to do radio, and they're going to do print. They're going to specialize in these demographics. It might be men 35 plus. It might be women 65 plus. So it really helps the network to tell the affiliate on the program and what's going to happen with the product, and really to target their niche on moving forward with making sales. Top payouts and commission, not necessarily the network that you choose might not have the highest payout, but they might have better credibility in creatives, either it be banner creatives or email creatives or text links, whatever it may be. So there's a variety of things that you choose when choosing a network. The creatives is definitely a big part of it. So if the affiliate network that you run, say the payout is $10, but their creative is pretty poor, you might want to try to see if there's someone else out there that actually has it, maybe not for 10, but for 8 or 9, but the conversion might be better. So test all these parameters when you're looking for a network. Exclusive offers, that's also another thing to look for. You get better service when there's exclusive offer. There's not as many people working on that same offer, so it's a little easier for you to capitalize on that traffic. Sales incentives. Some of the networks include caps or goals to choose from. So if you sell 1,000 pieces or if you sell a dollar amount, it's something to really look forward to and ask that from the networks. The more you have communication with the networks, it's the best for all. Another thing too with the video is having product samples available. Many networks have that. So if you're working on a blog or if you're doing a YouTube video or if you want to do a review video on your review site, ask the network, hey, I'd love to have that shake weight, or I love that ShamWow. Can you send me a sample? I want to do a video. My kids love that pillow pets. They go to bed with it every night. Can I, things like that. It goes a long way when you can actually have a sample in your hands, and similar to your sales force for the TV marketer. So the more you can do, the better. When applying to these networks, to get the fast track on that, you want to give your most current and accurate information. You want to really be upfront and tell them what your plans are with working with them. Your traffic source, your website, you're a blogger, you have 2 million email names looking for products of demographic for 55 plus or kids or tweens, whatever it may be. The more you give them, the more they'll work back with you. Tell them your industry experience. Tell them who you worked with in the past. You work with some other networks, and here's a reference from them. It's really helpful that way. Some categories that you're interested in. Hey, I only want to focus on health and beauty. I only want to focus on automotive. That's something that the affiliate managers are able to work with and really target offers to your success. And then once you apply to these networks, if you haven't heard anything from them, pick up the phone, call them, be proactive. Don't just sit back and wait for them to call. They're getting inundated by affiliates applying to their network, and sometimes they try to call you and verify some information, and they misdial the phone, and they're like, oh, someone's giving me a bad number. They're trying to get one over me, or whatever it may be. So be proactive and tell them, open up with them. Let's see here. Okay, yeah, the more you're in conversation with the affiliate manager, the best. Like I said before, the affiliate managers will tell you about the media plans, how much dollars being spent, best way to really sell this. The verticals on what they're looking for is, hey, this is a great new product, pay-per-performance model, no trademark terms. This one's email only. This one's social networking only. So you really have to stay with the guidelines on the network to really benefit the success. When choosing offers and choosing some of the products that you choose from, some of the key features that you should look for are the landing page. Now, I have this question asked to me a lot, is when bringing traffic to a site, you're doing a lot of the work. You're writing the blog. You're doing an email drop. You're spending a lot of money driving traffic. You get people to the site. Is a site made correctly? Is a site flow correctly? Is it appealing? Is it going to make the consumer want to buy? Because half the work is done of bringing the traffic there, you want a site that actually converts. So things you look for is a clean layout, quick load time, a call to action, the user fields. Make sure that it's flow. Do a couple test orders. You always can call up the network and say, hey, I just ran a test order. Can you scrub that? Because I was just seeing the flow. You will be able to target your traffic a little bit more. Know more about the product than just grabbing the creative. Look at the price points, if it matches what you're working on. Look at if it's an official site. Make sure it's not a bait and switch type of thing. And make sure the page is secure, that it's going to be able to load correctly and move forward there. If you notice some of these things up top here, many of the AsSeenOnTV products, they have streaming video, the video that is actually matches the TV commercial. So a lot of correlation goes hand in hand with that. So if a consumer is up at night watching these things and then they're at work and they click on a banner that's on their AOL account or their Yahoo account, and they say, oh yeah, look, I clicked on that banner and it brought me to the official site. The commercial matches the same guy I saw last night wearing the same sweater. Oh, okay, this must be the official site. And then it just acts as some bullet points. The sites you want to find are ones that have very clean, concise. They don't want to have too many clicks off the site. You really want it to get there and basically buy now, similar to what they're doing on the phones. And how to succeed with these networks is really the communication. Once you're a member of these networks and get approved, you'll see that they do a number of emails, they do a number of blogs, you'll get on their mailing list, they'll send you samples, they'll look for the best way that you can help the overall sales of the product. Stay within your niche, quickness to the market, and that works well because I can see from the emails that we send out to our affiliates that the guys that jump on it the quickest get up high up in the ranking, the guys who do the first video blog, things like that. So it really is time sensitive. And one thing that we didn't mention is that the time sensitive is the TV runs for 3 or 6 or 8 months. Yep. Their real goal is to get into retail. So our window for the web is usually about 6 to 8 months. So the most we can get from there, because even though you don't want to pick up the phone to buy it, why would you buy it off the web when it's at your Walgreens or Walmart and you don't have to pay shipping and handling? And you see that more and more. So their ultimate goal is to get it into retail. So these TV products are very profitable. They have huge media behind them. So that makes our job easier. But the window is short. So capitalize on that and go for it. Thank you for having me.
Thank you, Curtis. And I think now we're going to have Russell speak. And Russ has been in the business like me for at least 10 years. And Russ has seen both the infomercials developed and he's seen the network developed. And how are you going to help these folks make some money today, Russ?
Very good. Well, the first thing I'd like to do is to tell you that it's the golden moment for you. It's really, really great opportunity. Sort of to extend on what my fellow panelists have discussed, it's not only the fact that the metrics in the media for TV have changed over the 10 years. But, I mean, obviously, when asked which of you had purchased online or television, everybody here says online. You're all in that business. But to give some perspective to it, 10 years ago, when I was working at an agency, I was representing some of the newer e-commerce, and I would go out to the e-commerce platforms, and I would go out to the DRTV guys and say, you know, you should look at this opportunity or that opportunity, and they'd say, the internet, it's like 5 or 10% of my business, not that important, and they were very dismissive about it. Those same merchants today, most of them are citing 40, 50% or more. I've seen as high as 80% of their new customer acquisitions taking place online. So obviously everything has changed. DRTV started historically as a problem solution thing. People were you know, too heavy or too tired or whatever problem, and they wanted to take a credit card out and cure it. It was a completely impulse buy. Cut forward to today, that's totally different. People will see something on television and they won't necessarily pick up the phone to change their life. They'll go to the internet to learn more information about that product, see if they can buy that product more inexpensively. So this, for the people in this room, is a very brilliant opportunity, given that most consumers are shifting to buying their stuff online now. Of that, I mean, these guys will tell you more, but 30, 20, 30, as high as 50% with some of the larger marketers of their online acquisitions are coming to them from affiliate marketers. Combined with that, they were talking about the media metrics. In fact, the kind of dark secret is DRTV by itself no longer works. That the only way that DRTV merchants, even in their effort simply to drive to retail now, rather than to drive sales, can be successful is to have a multi-channel approach to it. E-commerce is a critical aspect of that. Give a little kind of ironic twist to this. 10 years ago at a DR agency that I was working with, I was approached by a bright, talented young woman who was working for a company that was selling their product on DRTV. It wasn't working, and they were looking for us to improve the results of their campaign. That woman was Missy Ward, and she became my first client. And she, over the years, had encouraged me to come to the Affiliate Summit, come and see what was happening here, that there was real opportunities for DRTV to start utilizing the affiliate channels. I was somewhat skeptical at the time. Most of the merchants were saying the 5–10%. I was somewhat skeptical because in those days, 10 years ago, people had technophobia. They didn't want to put their credit card into an internet site. They didn't quite understand it. The merchants themselves were somewhat skeptical. They were, I think the big buzzword was search engine cannibalization in those days. Now, they didn't want to spend $1 million and allow some of these other people to make money off the dollars that they were spending. All of that has completely changed. And now, 10 years later from Missy telling me about this area of affiliate marketing emerging, I'm here to tell you we need you guys. Every merchant I know is looking for effective affiliate sales. The thing that I think is really important to urge you is that affiliate marketing is not the first complementary channel that's come to DRTV. Some years ago, because the DRTV people were not taking affiliate marketing seriously, the next big thing was outbound telemarketing. All these guys were taking their data, making outbound calls to them, and this was a huge emerging area. I can tell you there was a great deal of abuse, bad behavior in this outbound telemarketing, and the federal government stepped in to say, no more. Put the TSR rules in. And most of the guys that were big in outbound telemarketing are out of business now. So I'm here to tell you that there's a definite responsibility from everybody in this room. Although we very much need you and want you within DRTV, compliance is very important to the rules that are out there, and more importantly, self-regulation. If you see bad behavior amongst your peers or people, do your best to encourage they stop that, because one of the important things about the DRTV community, unlike the internet community, is that we are a very small group, that what was maybe 50 major merchants in DRTV is consolidating. Maybe 10 or 20 guys are really important today. And if you burn one of them, you burn all of them. That the people talk collaboratively, and they're very aware of who the good CPA networks are, who the bad ones are, who the people who are demonstrating bad behavior. So I would definitely urge compliance and pay attention to it. And all it takes is one. You have success with one of these merchants, the others will come aboard. So Next, are we on next slide? I think it's really important to kind of understand the history of DRTV if you're going to embark upon these offers and these products. And it's important to know why certain products work in DRTV while others don't. You probably never sell perfume in DRTV. You can't smell it. As I said, it was the problem-solution thing, but there are specific categories that work in DRTV. And as Frank was talking about the video revolution, you have the benefit of being able to use the video that the experience of 20 years of these guys in DRTV, they're going to produce video for you that works. That's the important thing, is there's a reason that you motivate the consumer to action. They're doing the heavy lifting for you. I think I talked a little bit about the change in number of people that are online. I think that it's really important to look at, as I walked through CES the last couple of days, the social revolution is huge. And I'm certain most of you are working with social media right now. As you know, the rules in that are changing. This is another great aspect of affiliate marketing that is emerging in order to be able to use DRTV products and content. Forgive me, I'm losing my spot a little bit here. Very good. And what slide are we on, young man?
Look on there.
Very good. The way that we in the DRTV area gauge success of products and look at what's out there and what products we should be using, we determine through 3 resources, which I think are really, really good resources for you to use. One is the Jordan Whitney Green Sheets. The Green Sheets comes out every month. There's an online version and there's a hard copy version. In it is listed every new infomercial and spot that comes out in the prior month, what the show's about, who the merchant and marketer is, what the success notes, what the important benefits of that product are. This gives us an idea of both, who's competing in the space, as well as new emerging product categories. Second is the IMS reports. The IMS reports covers some of these same areas, but more specifically, what media is being run on what television channels, how much money is being spent, and you can sort of extrapolate from how much money is being spent on what's working and what's not working. The third, although it's not really a critical tool, the CyMark report is really wonderful. It's a newsletter and it's a weekly that basically cites predictions on which products are coming out. Will it do well? Won't it do well? Even before it hits the green sheets. The young man who does this is long, long history in short-form advertising, and he's got a good nose for it. The reason I say it might be important to you is to be able to predict what product and offers are going to work for you before everybody else on this floor sees them, I think would be a very helpful thing. So I urge you to see these. I urge you not only to come to these shows, to the Affiliate Summit, but to come to some of the DRTV trade shows, like the ERA has an Electronic Retailing Association, where you can meet all of these merchants. It's always better to have a face-to-face than just an impersonal outreach, or obviously working with the network like Curtis's. The Response Expo, Read Response Magazine. All of these things that the DRTV community does, try to familiarize yourself as much as possible with that, and I think that that will lead to success for you as well. What do we got next? I love this particular slide because I look at these things and I'm here to tell you that nobody in the DRTV business looked at any of those 2 years ago. And all of them are so seriously looking at them now and trying to figure out what their social, the Twitter. The recent Trade Association for the Retailing, ERA, they did a State of the Union address where they put the heads of 4 of the largest merchants on panels such as this, and they asked one man named Scott Boylan, who happens to own the company that did Snuggie, what do you attribute the success of this product to? Without hesitation, he said, social media. This was an epiphany. You could hear 4 other chins hit the table at that point. None of them were in social media. Now, everybody is scrambling to figure out, how do I work this stuff? And what I'm telling you is, this line of icons, you'll see a dozen more of them this time next year, I guarantee it. There's all of these new ways to come out to work in social, and this is opportunity for you. So I guess the leave behind is that there's great opportunity. It's the golden moment for affiliate, and we need you. So I'm very delighted to see the interest here on the floor, and I thank you for the opportunity for me to join today.
Thank you, Russ. Okay, that wraps up our presentation, and it's question and answer time. For anyone who's looking for a PDF of this presentation, if you text me your name and email, we'll get it out to you, so you can pick that number up. And you'll see a live demonstration of mobile marketing. And I would encourage you to, if you're looking for a live demonstration of mobile marketing, in the next session, one of the people I happen to know is going to be speaking about the 97% response rate channel, and he's in the room right next door. Now, before we go on, does anybody have any questions? Okay.
Russ, how do you think the regulations that are coming down, even Congress is talking about this quite a bit right now, will this do to this space, affiliate marketing, will it do what Do Not Call List did to the call centers and some of the things?
Hopefully it'll fortify it and make it stronger. There's no question that there's going to be some challenges. Personally, I think the area of do not track is going to be the big challenge, and I think the current administration is foursquare against behavioral targeting, tracking consumer behavior. I think in terms of do not spam, it's going to affect obviously email stuff, but I think that what I found is, and it's interesting, I had cited the demise of outbound telemarketing. Guess what? It's coming back. Now that they've cleaned it up and that they've taken out some of the bad, apples, and they've cleaned up some of the behavior, it's coming back big. I'm seeing more and more outbound telemarketing coming back to these merchants and working. I think the same will happen here. I think that much of the affiliate people that are here have made their money by kind of cutting corners, being a little clever, bending the rules just a little bit. I think that'll stop. I think that it'll become a much more matured process, and I think everyone will benefit from it.
Go ahead.
What's the sweet spot in terms of demographic for DRTV? Because most of the infomercials seem to be happening really late at night. My company is an online games company, and our target demo is 14 to 25, 90% male. Would that be a good mix to try something out?
Depending on where you target it, yeah, you can try. And that obviously the number one purchasing demographic is female. It's 80% of the purchasers are typically female, depending on the product. But we've done male-dominated products like Best Line engine treatments, and it's sold great. We just have to you have to target it properly. You have to get in the right media market inside of it. It just really depends on what the product is, whether it's demonstrable, whether it solves a common need, and whether it's whether you can draw the eyeballs to it and motivate. I mean, it depends on what kind of product it is, really what it comes down to.
Curtis, you have anything to add?
Yeah, there were some exercise products that are targeted to men. Iron Gym pull-up bar, the P90X workout video, those are mostly demographics to probably 18 to 40.
What if the product is not a physical product, it's a virtual product? Just like sending them to a particular website. It's kind of looking beyond the physical product and using infomercials. It's just sending the traffic to a virtual product. Is that being done or has that been done as well?
Yeah, absolutely. It's been
Virtual
done.
products are...
Similar
are-
to like a download or a downloadable product?
Yeah.
Sure.
The concept of our games are free, we give out free games, but we sell in-game items. So it's like farm mill and, you sell seeds in the farm, but it's to send traffic to those sites.
You're looking for signups, basically, right? I don't know if it's been done or not, but it's a good opportunity to look at it.
And viral video on social media would probably be a great channel for that kind of product.
We can exploit that a lot, but this is one area I don't think anybody in our industry has ever done, and it's pretty interesting for us to
Sure.
And I think that while you might intuitively think that viral video would go to a younger demographic, the absolute insistence of my 90-year-old father, I helped him hook into Facebook last week. He wanted to be part of this stuff. This never would have happened 5 years ago, but there is a tipping point in the social media that I think spans every generation.
So everybody's going to be on it. Okay, next question. Go ahead.
I haven't run any DRTV products, but given the 6 to 8 month window that we were talking about earlier, it seems to me that it's myself better to sort of PPC type campaign rather than SEO. It's a longer time that it would take for an SEO campaign to get up in rankings. My question though is, it seems to me that a lot of times something like a Snuggie, for example, would restrict bidding on a keyword.
True.
They do.
Is that common? How do you?
That's pretty much, probably 95% of the DRTV products restrict trademark terms. Due to that, they're putting millions of dollars on the TV media to capitalize on people typing into search bars, Google, Snuggies or ShamWow. So most of the trademark terms are restricted. So your creative mind has to work, blanket with sleeves, blanket on TV, those type of angles. So
Alternative keywords.
there are restrictions, definitely. And the SEO, we're seeing success where more of a niche market. It might be a housewares blog, or it might be a website that targets on kitchen gadgets. So it's an ongoing. So you have some SEO building throughout the year, and then when you have a new product, your SEO capitalizes from your site that you already built.
Curtis, are you saying it's more category driven as opposed to individual item driven?
Well, to capitalize on the SEO, yes.
In that regard, it'd be like with the DRTV, the TV side of it, it's a shotgun approach. We're going out and we're doing a big blast. You have the opportunity to really get the rifle approach and get very niche and get very targeted on what that niche is. And if you build an audience for that, for exactly that, a particular category, a particular piece, then and attach the right products to it, you can get up on the list quick.
Next question, please.
What's the automotive product coming out next week?
The one next week?
Yeah, the one next week.
Well, it's one called Best Line Engine Treatments. It's actually a good story, and I'll make it brief because there's
Time is
back
up.
there.
Yeah.
It's a story of regulation. In essence, years ago, you've heard of Duralube and the Z-Maxes and the SDP products, Prolong maybe. All these products came out and made absolutely outrageous claims. Outrageous claims. And when the FTC came in and said, you can't make those claims, they said, to hell with you, your fine is less than what I'm making in the media, and they just paid the fines. So they paid the fines and paid the fines and paid the fines until the FTC said, you know what? You can't be on the air at all anymore. The whole category's dead. So it took 10 years for us to get a product approved through all the testing and get it back on the market, one that actually works that we can make legitimate claims on. Because It's just a matter, which maybe that's the lesson you leave with. Regulate yourself before you get regulated, because you don't want to be regulated. It's a bad world. So, but it's Bestline Engine Treatments. You can look it up at bestline.com.
Okay, well, I want to thank you all. We're going to be here for afterwards for any additional questions, but the session's officially over. I encourage you to text so you get your copy of the presentation, and there's 5 additional tips in the PDF, so do text. As they say, but wait, there's more. Thank you. Thank you, guys.